Hi, my name is Sahira and welcome to my online belly dance studio. Hello! Today I'm going to show you an exercise that is very useful in learning how to segment the different parts of your abdomen for belly dance movement. So typically in Western exercise we tend to use the abdomen as one big muscle, or sometimes we'll do the upper abs versus the lower abs. The way that I teach belly dance and the way that I dance, I like to think about the abdominals being segregated into three parts: your upper, your middle, and your lower. So I'm going to take a look now at how I do each of these different isolations so that you can learn to do them well, and I'll show you a drill at the end that you can use to practice them. So starting with the top, we're going to look at isolation number one. We're thinking of this as your upper abdominals. This is the muscle that you use to knit your rib cage together. So if you think of a chest lift, you're opening the rib cage up towards the sky. You can think about the upper abdominals as being the muscle that you use right here to bring the rib cage and knit it back together. So you're lifting up. Try to breathe normally and use those upper abdominals to knit your rib cage together. Or you can imagine maybe someone karate chops you right here in your solar plexus, and this is the muscle that you use to try to get away. Yeah, lifting up, contracting in the upper abdominals. Lift and contract. Feel free to kind of feel around in there. I really like the tactile feedback. You can feel the muscles in your upper abdominal hardening under your fingers as you create this contraction. Try to breathe as normally as possible and don't use an inhale and exhale to create it. Rather use your center back to lift the chest up, and then use your upper abs to contract the chest back in. So you're contracting here all the way in the top of the abdomen, trying ideally to keep the rest of the belly nice and relaxed. So this is your upper abdominals. Try to breathe normally as you do this. Excellent. Your second contraction is the middle of your abdomen. So I like to think about this one as taking my belly button and pulling it through to my spine, if that were possible. So if you could kind of thread your belly button through to your spine, suck it in here and release. This is the movement we're talking about. As much as possible, try to isolate this to the center of your abdomen. Try to keep your lower abs or your pelvic region relaxed, and try to keep those upper abdominals that we were just working with as relaxed as possible too. So you're pulling that belly button up and in towards your spine, and release it. Suck it in and release it. Once again, breathing as normally as possible. This should create pretty much no movement in your body. It will just make you look skinnier, right? Which is not a bad thing, I suppose. Pull it in and release. Suck that belly in and release. So thinking about the belly button coming towards the spine, relaxing. One more time, belly button towards the spine, relaxing. The third isolation we're going to do is one that you should be familiar with from your standard belly dance posture. It's the pelvic tuck. So we're doing the lower abdominals. We're thinking of the muscle that's a couple of inches below your belly button. So to create this tuck, you need to have your knees slightly bent. So in our belly dance posture, we're thinking about contracting beneath the belly button and releasing. So contracting to bring the hips up and in towards you, and releasing. We're contracting it a little bit further than we do for our posture because we're trying to get a good strengthening exercise here. We're contracting the lower abdominals, releasing. You can also think about this as trying to sort of flatten out that natural curvature that you have in your lower spine. We all have curvature here. You want to think about taking that curvature and lengthening it, really lengthening your tailbone towards the floor by using the muscle a couple of inches below your belly button. As much as possible, try to use this muscle here as opposed to contracting your glutes and squeezing your butt cheeks together, right? You want to think about contracting your lower abdominals to bring the hips underneath you. Couple more here. Contract, release. One more. Contract, release. So now I'm going to show you an exercise that you can do to strengthen these muscles. We're going to go ahead and do each contraction 4 times. And we'll move from 1 to 2 to 3 and back to 2. So what that's going to look like is 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to release in between each contraction so you can contract again. Then to the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then to the third one, tuck, 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 tuck. And then back to the second, belly button, in, and in.